Hello, I'm Logic Bunny, and come with me down the rabbit hole of knowledge.
Have you ever held a glass of water, clear and cool, and truly felt the ancient story it carries? Sometimes, the vastness of our world, with all its intricate systems, can feel overwhelming. Perhaps you've felt that learning about things like the water cycle feels like a dusty old textbook chapter, a tedious chore rather than an exciting discovery. This feeling, this sense of disconnection from the living, breathing reality that sustains us, can make even the most incredible phenomena seem dull and distant. Yet, what if I told you that every single molecule in that refreshing sip, every cloud drifting across the sky, every river carving its path, is part of one magnificent, endless dance? This isn't just a concept. It is the very heartbeat of our planet, a profound truth understood through centuries of patient observation and scientific discovery. It's a journey so vast, yet so intimately personal, connecting the deepest ocean trench to the smallest dewdrop on a blade of grass. It reminds us that even when we feel isolated, everything is interwoven, constantly transforming. Many of us might think the water cycle is simply rain falling, then the sun drying it up, a basic exchange. But this common distortion misses the incredible, constant transformation and the deep connection every single drop has, not just to our present, but to Earth's ancient history and its unfolding future. The mind-blowing truth is that the water you're about to drink might have once been part of a dinosaur's cooling bath, or sailed the high seas with swashbuckling pirates, or even flowed through the fiery heart of an ancient volcano. It is never truly new water, but endlessly recycled, a timeless traveler on an epic, invisible adventure. Realizing this isn't just for science class. It transforms you into a water detective. You'll begin to notice the invisible process of evaporation on a hot sidewalk, or the shimmering condensation on a cold drink, with a newfound appreciation. Understanding the profound why behind these everyday phenomena. As Bill Nye would enthusiastically declare, science rules, and the water cycle. It stands as the ultimate rule of nature, a cosmic conveyor belt connecting every living thing, past, present, and future, in one giant, watery embrace. What stories might a single drop of water tell if it could speak? Stay curious. Have you ever stared at a puddle on a sunny day, only to return later and find it completely gone? It feels like magic, as if the water simply vanished into thin air, leaving no trace. Sometimes, it can feel like things we care about, moments or even feelings, just disappear, leaving us to wonder where they went, if they're truly gone forever. But just like those puddles, nothing truly disappears in the grand theater of our world. It only transforms, embarking on an invisible journey. This is the great escape of water, a process we call evaporation. It's how the sun's immense energy, like a gentle, warming hand, gives water molecules enough kinetic energy to break free from the liquid surface. They literally leap into the air, defying gravity, transforming into an invisible gas known as water vapor. This isn't water being erased, it's water changing its form, rising silently, starting its skyward adventure. It's the same incredible energy exchange that dries your clothes on a line, pulling the moisture from the fabric and lifting it into the vast blue. Ever wondered how a cloud begins its journey? We can actually glimpse this incredible transformation right in a simple jar. Imagine we take a clear jar, pour in some warm water, and then place a lid on top with a few ice cubes resting on it. The warm water releases water vapor, which rises, filling the space above. As this invisible vapor reaches the cold lid, it cools rapidly, just like air rising in our atmosphere. This sudden cooling causes the vapor to condense back into tiny liquid droplets, clinging together, forming a miniature cloud right before our eyes. It's a beautiful dance of energy transfer and phase change, revealing the secret life of water. When trying this at home, always remember to handle warm water carefully, and perhaps have an adult nearby to ensure our discoveries are always safe and fun. What's the weirdest place you've ever noticed water evaporating from? Perhaps a wet rock or a leaf after a rain shower. Share your observations and tell us if you'd try our mini cloud experiment at home and what what you noticed about the water's incredible journey? Stay curious. After water makes its great escape, rising invisibly into the atmosphere, its journey is far from over. Sometimes it can feel like our own thoughts or ideas are invisible, floating around, unable to take a clear shape. But just as those thoughts need focus to become clear, water vapor needs a special transformation to become something we can see, something as magnificent as a cloud. This next magical step is called condensation, where the invisible finally becomes wonderfully visible. Imagine that water vapor, carried higher and higher by warm air currents, reaching altitudes where the air grows colder, much like stepping into a cool, quiet room. As this vapor cools, those energetic water molecules slow down. They start to look for something to hold on to, tiny invisible spakes in the air, like dust, pollen, or even salt crystals from the ocean. These minuscule particles are known as cloud condensation nuclei, and they are crucial for turning the invisible gas back into tiny liquid droplets. These droplets then gather together, billions upon billions of them, forming the clouds we see floating majestically above us, Earth's very own atmospheric factories. Many people think clouds are just big collections of water vapor, but that's not quite right. Water vapor itself is invisible. Clouds are actually made of these tiny liquid water droplets or ice crystals. The crucial role of temperature drops high in the sky, combined with these tiny particles, is what allows the gas to transform back into visible liquid, defying what we might expect. It's an intricate dance of physics, a testament to the precise logic of natural laws. Want to see this happen right before your eyes? We can make a cloud in a bottle, with a sturdy plastic bottle, a little water at the bottom, and a pump to increase, then release air pressure. We can dramatically demonstrate this process. As the pressure builds and then is suddenly released, the air inside cools rapidly, mimicking the cooling in our atmosphere. This sudden drop in temperature, combined with the water vapor and tiny particles already in the bottle, triggers condensation, creating a beautiful puff of cloud. It's a powerful demonstration of adiabatic cooling, a fundamental principle of how our atmosphere works. When trying this, always ensure your bottle is strong and never overpressurize it. And adults help with any tools, or intense squeezing ensures our scientific discoveries are safe and fun, never a science-induced pop. What's your favorite type of cloud? Do you think you could identify them now that you know how they form? Understanding how these skyborne factories operate? Drop your cloud questions below, and we might answer them in a future video. Stay curious. After water vapor forms clouds high above, those tiny droplets can't stay aloft forever. Sometimes we might feel a burden, a weight growing inside us, and just like that, the sky carries a gathering weight. This is the moment for precipitation, the grand return, when water, having journeyed through the air, finally makes its way back to Earth. It's a crucial completion, a necessary release in the water cycle's endless dance. But is all rain the same? Absolutely not. Many might simply think of rain as just water falling, but the sky is far more intricate, a master artist creating diverse forms. From a gentle drizzle that barely weights the pavement to a furious downpour to the delicate lace of snow, the sharp sting of sleet, or even the surprising solidity of hail, each form of precipitation is a unique masterpiece, shaped by specific atmospheric conditions. The temperature, the air currents, and even the journey through different layers of the atmosphere all play a part in deciding if water returns as a liquid drop or a frozen crystal. It's an elegant display of nature's precise logic, constantly adapting. We can even set up a simple rain in a jar demonstration to glimpse this magic. Imagine a clear container with some hot water at the bottom, creating a warm, moist atmosphere, and then a lid on top with ice, cooling the air above. As the water vaporizes and cools, it condenses into tiny droplets. These droplets droplets then begin to collide and coalesce, growing heavier and heavier until they are too heavy to float, and they fall as miniature rain within our jar. This is similar to what happens in real clouds through processes like collision coalescence for rain or the ice crystal process for snow, where tiny ice crystals grow by collecting super-cooled water droplets. When you try this at home, always be mindful of the hot water and the glass jar. Handle everything with care and never leave your experiment unattended. We want to make it rain safely, not cause a kitchen flood. Which type of precipitation amazes you the most? Have you ever witnessed something truly wild, like hail the size of golf balls, or a snowstorm that transformed your entire world? Tell us your incredible weather stories and what you learned about why these different forms fall from the sky. Stay curious. Once water completes its grand return to Earth as precipitation, its journey doesn't end there. Sometimes, after a period of intense emotion or a significant event, we might wonder where all that energy goes, what becomes of it. Just like our feelings find new pathways and settle into new forms, water, too, continues its relentless movement. This is the stage of collection and runoff, where every drop finds its path, feeding Earth's vast, intricate network of water highways. A common misconception is that water just disappears when it hits the ground or swirls down a drain, but that's not true. Water is never truly gone. It's simply on the move, constantly flowing, seeping, and gathering. Some of it flows across the land as runoff, carving tiny channels that merge into streams, which then become rivers, eventually leading to lakes or even the vast open ocean. Other portions gently seep into the ground, infiltrating the soil and percolating deeper, becoming groundwater. This unseen water fills underground reservoirs called aquifers, slowly moving, sometimes for centuries, until it resurfaces in springs, or is drawn up by wells, or even feeds into rivers and lakes from below. Every drop is part of an interconnected system of watersheds and river basins, a testament to nature's profound logic, where every part connects. Want to see this in miniature? We can build a simple mini watershed model. Take a baking pan and crumple up some paper or foil inside it to create peaks and valleys, mimicking mountains and terrain. Then, use a spray bottle to gently simulate rain falling onto your landscape. You'll observe water flowing down slopes, gathering in low points to form tiny lakes, and carving pathways into miniature rivers. This demonstrates how topography, the shape of the land, influences where water flows. It beautifully illustrates concepts like infiltration, where water soaks into the ground, and percolation, its downward movement. Our watershed model is safe, but remember to keep water in the pan to avoid slippery floors. Make sure your mountains are stable so your water pathways are clear and easy to observe. Look around your own neighborhood. Where do you think the rainwater goes after a storm? Do you live near a river or a lake, or perhaps a large field where water might soak deep into the ground? Share your observations about your local water highways and how they connect to the bigger, global picture. Stay curious. We've traced water's journey from evaporation to condensation, precipitation, and collection, watching it move through the sky and across the land. But now, we arrive at the ultimate connection, you. Sometimes, it can feel like grand environmental processes are far removed from our daily lives, too vast to personally comprehend, making us feel that our actions don't truly matter. Yet, the profound truth is that the water cycle isn't just out there. It is intimately linked to every living thing, including every single one of us. We are, quite literally, part of this global phenomenon. Consider this. Your body is made up of a significant amount of water constantly being used, replaced, and exchanged with the environment around you. The water you drink, the water in the food you eat, the water that leaves your body, all of it is part of this continuous, ancient cycle. This isn't just a biological fact, it's a living connection, a reminder that the same water molecules that nourished ancient forests or flowed through vast oceans are now flowing within you. It shatters the belief belief that we are separate from nature. Instead, we are deeply woven into its very fabric. This understanding empowers us to be mindful stewards of this precious resource. We can dive into simple, yet impactful, ways to be water-wise in our daily lives. From taking shorter showers to turning off the tap while brushing your teeth, or even collecting rainwater for plants, these actions are not small. They are concrete expressions of our connection to the cycle, making the abstract concept of conservation deeply personal and meaningful. While we won't do any human water cycle experiments, you can safely measure your own household water usage. Try timing your showers for a week, or keeping track of how many times you flush the toilet. This gives you a real-world perspective on your personal water footprint. How much water do you think you use in a day? Truly, what's one small change you could make starting today to become a better water steward, understanding that every drop holds a story? Share your thoughts and commitments in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to protect our shared water. Stay curious. Before this journey, the water cycle might have felt like a tedious diagram, a chapter in a dusty book that left you feeling overwhelmed by its complexity or simply bored by its obviousness. It's a common frustration. This feeling of disengagement from the sheer wonder that exists in everyday science. We might have carried the distortion that water is just there, an infinite resource we don't need to think about beyond turning on a tap. We overlooked its dynamic, finite, and fundamentally interconnected nature. But now, perhaps that expectation has been shattered, revealing a deeper truth. Every single molecule of water you encounter, from the refreshing sip in your glass to the mist in the air, carries a story billions of years old. It's an unbroken chain, connecting you directly to ancient oceans, towering mountains, and every creature that ever lived. The water cycle is not just a diagram, it is Earth's very heartbeat, a rhythmic pulse that sustains all life, a constant reminder of transformation and timelessness. The practical transformation we've embarked on together is gaining a true water consciousness. You now possess the tools to observe, to question, and to deeply appreciate the hidden journey of water. This transforms a mundane sip into an epic connection, empowering you to make informed, thoughtful choices about this vital resource. Understanding these natural laws allows us to move through the world with a deeper empathy for its systems and for ourselves within them. Just as Ibera the Norio shows us with his incredible inventions, revealing the ingenious mechanics behind everyday things, the water cycle stands as Earth's ultimate, most ingenious machine. It is constantly working, transforming, and sustaining life with unparalleled elegance. You are not merely a passenger on this planet. You are an active participant in its most vital, endless symphony. What profound new appreciation for water will you carry into your day, knowing that every drop is a testament to the Earth's enduring logic and the spirit of inquiry? Stay curious.